a recession can last for, a good 12 months. But the thing is, you have to have control over your own financial situation. The light at the end of the tunnel is you and your
Mm.
financial habits.
Okay, so I know you're seeing the headlines about tech layoffs and a possible recession hitting in 2023. What should we be doing now to prepare? Hey everyone, I'm Letitia Barriola. I'm the host of The Reset. I am also a career coach, and we talk a lot about starting again here, resetting, taking control of your career, doing it your way. And you know what? It's real hard to do that, to think that way when your mind is consumed with your money, where it's coming from, who is taking it, how much you paying for this, where is your money going. It's hard to think about forward motion when there's money drama in your head. So I'm going to help you with this. To settle your mind a bit, I brought in an expert. We're talking to Jennifer Streaks today. She is a senior investing reporter. Her main focus is to help the Black community build and maintain Black wealth and break generational curses. All right, so here's our convo about how to prepare financially for the year ahead. Hi, Jennifer. Welcome to The Reset.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so I need you to break down, first of all, what is happening. People are starting to see this headline that there's a possible recession on the way. So kind of tell us what is actually happening with the economy.
Well, right now it seems like we are headed for a little bit of a downturn coming up sometime next year. And we're continuing to see, high inflation, grocery store prices, gas, and it's just not letting up. So all indicators point to an economic downturn sometime next year.
And what does that exactly mean when we say economic downturn or recession? How does that impact sort of the everyday Black American?
What happens with that is that you're going to be dealing with, higher prices, higher interest rates. Your money is just not going to go as far as it used to. And that's what the everyday person is going to see. You're going to see that even more so at the grocery store. And that's where it's really going to impact you in terms of your everyday expenses and bills. Because when your dollar doesn't stretch as far, then that's going to make just your everyday expenses harder to pay and harder to afford.
Mm-hmm. So naturally, there's some worry around that. Some would say the media kind of feeds into it and there's this fear kind of induced. But what I would love to hear is some practical ways that first, just with our thoughts, like sort of resetting our thoughts and getting out of the cycle of the gloom and doom. Is there something that we can think or to shift our thoughts to so we won't feel so scared?
I think what happens is you feel fear because you feel like you don't have any control over the situation. What
Mhm.
you do is you take back control of your money, which means that you know where your money is going, how you're spending your money, you're saving, you have an emergency fund. So when you have those things on sort of autopilot, there's nothing to fear. If you know, I have 3 to 6 months worth of expenses in a savings account, I know where my money is going. I have control over my expenses like my electric bill, my groceries, my subscriptions like Hulu and Netflix. So I'm going to be okay. And once you know that, there's nothing to fear and you have control over your monetary situation.
Mm. When you said that fear, it's just the fear of the unknown and not knowing if you can make it, if there is sort of an emergency or if the economy has this downturn. And I find that, in some cases, people don't really know where their money is going, or they make enough, they're living okay, but they haven't gotten to the point where they have to account for every dollar. So are you saying that if you're not already sort of in the habit of doing that, now is the time to start doing it?
Now is the time to start doing that. You should be sitting down with your bills on a monthly, if not a bi-weekly basis and saying, this is what I pay. This is what, all of my expenses are. This is what my financial picture looks like on a monthly basis. So you know where your money is going. And even small expenses, dry cleaning, Starbucks, that everyday lunch, run out to get lunch. that money adds up. And oftentimes, I'll even find myself, I walk out with the $20 bills and I come back with $2. And I'm saying to myself, well, where did that money go? This is the time when you know where every bit of your money is going.
Mm-hmm. When would something like this, like, is there a light at the end of the tunnel? Like they don't always hear the full picture. We just hear that the impending, recession is on the way. But,
Mhm.
how long can something like this last? And is there sort of predictions of an upturn at some point?
I mean, a recession can last for, a good 12 months. But the thing is, you have to have control over your own financial situation. The light at the end of the tunnel is you and your
Mm,
financial habits. If you have the correct financial habits in place, then whatever is going on a global or national scale will not have the impact that you think it's going to have. Yes, you're going to see increased pricing at the grocery store, at the gas pump. But if you are taking care of your money and you're saying, I have this much saved, or I'm not spending all of my money in this one area, or I've gone through and I've cut expenses, you can afford the uptick in
yeah.
prices.
Mm.
Mhm.
My final question is what is something we can do today? Like as soon as we get done watching this, they can go back, pull up their accounts, look at their bills. Like what
Right.
do you suggest they do today to get that quick win, that feeling of, okay, I am in control, I can handle this?
The first thing I would say, get all of your bills in one place and know what everything is. Know where all of your money is going and start seeing where you can cut expenses. Do you have a bunch of subscriptions? Do you have a bunch of magazines coming to the house? Do you have a high cell phone bill? Do you have a high cable bill? Now you start cutting those expenses because it's also projected that the cost of heating our homes will go
Mhm.
up this winter season. So you want to be able to afford your utility bill. So do you need Hulu, Amazon Prime, Netflix, all of those together, or do you cut two of them? So
Mm,
right now, is the time to go through and see what expenses make sense
yeah.
and cut out what doesn't.
Listen, I just did this with my husband. I got to share this. We were going through just kind of, looking at our budget, and we cut $30 a month
Hmm.
on an audio listening service, let's say for books.
Yeah,
Paying for
yeah.
that, barely ever use it. And the other one, we doubled up on streaming music platforms. We had both Apple Plus and Spotify. And it's like, and those are
Exactly.
not $5 a month, right? Those are up there. So it's like, what are we doing? Cut those immediately. We'll never even notice they're gone.
And that $30 a month is $360 a
Hmm.
year.
What?
So that is a lot of money when you think of it like that. So that's a savings account. That's a credit card bill. That's
Yes.
groceries. That's utility. That's your electrical expenses
That's
for the winter.
daycare.
Right
Daycare for a
there.
week.
It's
Yes.
daycare. Right
Yes.
there.
Jennifer, just knowing that it's within our control and that it all comes back to us. I think I appreciate
Exactly.
that so much because someone who watches the news and reads the headlines, you begin to feel a little bit out of control. Like the economy is going to be out of control, so I'm going to be out of control. But you just gave us
Exactly.
our power back. You gave us our
That's
control
right.
back. Thank
Take
you for
your
that, Jennifer.
monetary power back.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.